that's just made to sound more voluptuous by the short delay, the slapback delay. Cochise may have a bridge part where actually the phase 90 gets used, which is the guitar that I have at my home that I practice on, the guitar that I write songs with, is a nylon string acoustic guitar. You know, the biggest riffs are written on that guitar there, and it's like I now know, like it can be 3 a.m. and sitting with the dogs laying by the fireplace there and play some riff and just know what it's going to feel like at a festival show with us rocking that riff and 60,000 people jumping up and down. You know, like that was absolutely the case with the song "Sleep Now in the Fire," where I came up with that riff and actually was jamming with some other friends of mine and stopped everything, got the little tape recorder, said, well, that's gonna be good later on, and then I just knew from the beginning when those notes came out that was gonna be one that was gonna be a crowd pleaser down the line. This is the riff that just sort of came out of the ether. It's the A an octave, pulling a bit on that. Basically just sort of holding that note through the whole verse. We let the Jimmy Castor Bunch riff roll on. Zach does the lyrics on top of it, and then it drops back in as hugely as possible, etc. Again, you want to bump up to 11 for this one, kids, because you're going to need some sustain. Normally this is one that's played on the Arm the Homeless guitar, but I'm going to do my best with the old Soul Power. And I'll be accessing some feedback by getting right up against it, and then employing the old toggles. A little something like this. What's happening when my back is turned to you is that I am, with my right hand using the toggle switch and with my left hand manipulating the whammy bar to manipulate the pitch of the feedback. That is what is happening. Strings are open. Strings are basically open. You cross your fingers and you hope for a nice, sweet note to do it on. The first riff of the song is just the descending tension builder. And then the verse continues quite simply. Chocolate thunder occurs in this part. More chocolate. More thunder. The second half of the verse is just employ a muted string chucka technique thusly. Etc. for chucka flavor. It's down chuck. Yeah, you chose not to up chuck. Sounds almost identical. You can chuck any way you want, really. It's not going to hold you back one way or the other. Chorus erupts with... and then the monkeys begin to laugh. This is the monkey laughter solo. Cats, there's one where the cat's being chased around the room. Yeah, but then the monkeys laughing is entirely different. I'm sort of the old McDonald of, we're in the primate house now when it comes to the monkeys laughing. And that is we go to 11 because it's a guitar solo. The wah-wah pedal is deployed. The whammy bar is depressed to make the strings slack. And then the little monkeys are slapped against the pickups while they're being wah-wah'd. And rumor has it that... Monkeys are satisfied, and I hope you are too. When I was practicing 8 hours a day religiously, I divided it up in kind of like 2-hour chunks. It'd be 2 hours spent on technique, 2 hours spent on what my understanding of music theory was, and some of it was out of a book, but a lot of it was just puzzling on notes and intervals and what works and what doesn't work. 2 hours was just jamming along with the radio or with albums. Never learning songs. I always shied away from learning songs because I wanted to sort of maintain. That's sort of the traditional way that guitar players learn songs. And at the time I was playing in some cover bands, and it was very important to me in my practice to not have learning songs be part of it, to be something that was just mine, and then the last part was either songwriting or working with sounds and textures or playing with my effects pedals for 2 hours a day. And I mean now, like when I do my practice, now I look at that was really working guitar. Now when I play guitar, and it's for enjoyment and creativity. When there's like woodshedding now, or before we go in to make a record, or before a tour begins, or before I go in and play solos, basically it's about limbering my fingers. I've got kind of the technique somewhere in there, and it's about finding a way to bring it to the surface. And a lot of that is just doing like really like sort of fluid hammer-on triplets. After feeling a little bit more limber, then employing the same kind of triplet, runs to, say, a minor pentatonic scale. Like.